Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Bhagavad Gita Chapter 2, Section 3. Performance of one's duty or dharma. Krishna is trying to convince Arjuna on a spiritual level, as we saw in the last section. However, Krishna himself gives a counter argument how one can perform the same activity even for his own material good, if not spiritually. Krishna explains about Kshatriya Dharma and the benefits and losses thereof if performed or not performed. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Raghava Swaminiti Namine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya. So Bhagavad Gita Chapter 2, Section 3. Practice of Dharma. Kshatriya Dharma is to fight, not to give up battle. So Krishna begins with explaining Swadharma. Swadharmam api cha veksha na vikampitum arhasi dharmyadi yuddhat shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. Considering your specific duty as a Kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles, so there is no need for hesitation. Here we have a picture of Shivaji, who was considered to be the last powerful Kshatriya. The duty of a Kshatriya, according to Shivaji's seal, was Guru Brahmana Pratipalaka, that is, cows and Brahmanas. Go means cows and Brahmanas are the Brahmanas. Pratipalaka means the protector. The Kshatriya is supposed to protect the cows and the Brahmanas because they are responsible for religion. So Arjuna was supposed to do the duty of a Kshatriya, that is to protect. Because Kshatriya must protect Dharma, must protect the Brahmanas. Duryodhana's kingdom was also prosperous. It was rich. But what was the problem? What was lacking? Was that there was no spiritual guidance. Therefore, Krishna wanted to have Yudhishthira on the throne rather than Duryodhana. So that is why Krishna explains that it is his dharma to fight because Krishna wants it. O Partha, happy are the Kshatriyas to whom such fighting opportunities come unsought, opening for them the doors of heavenly planets. So, when a Kshatriya dies in the battlefield, performing dharma, protecting the cows and Brahmanas, at least he goes to the heavenly planets. So all the warriors who came to fight in Kurukshetra, they knew that even if they lose and die on the battlefield, they will go to the heavenly planets. So either case, they win, they rule the kingdom. If they die, they go to the heavenly planets. But Krishna tells Arjuna that if you do not perform your religious duty of fighting, then you will certainly incur sins for neglecting your duties and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. People will speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death. So for a Kshatriya, somebody insulting him, especially insulting Arjuna, his Gandiva bow, was dishonor. And that was worse than death. Death means at least he goes to the heavenly planets, but dishonor means living a life scorned by your enemies is worse than living. So the great generals who have esteemed your strength, that is considered Arjuna to be a great fighter, they will consider Arjuna insignificant. So Krishna is warning him that if you fight, at least you will go to heaven. But if you don't fight, you will be miserable. You will be dishonored in society. And people will consider you insignificant. Your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? So the enemies of Arjuna, considering him to be a coward, to be a fool, to run away from the battlefield, what Arjuna was thinking of, to go and beg. Krishna is saying this is nonsense. Don't do this. This will be very painful for you. Everybody will be laughing at you. O son of Kunti, either you will be killed on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets. So by performing his dharma of Kshatriya, he will attain the heavenly planets. Or if he wins the battle, he will conquer the kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. But Krishna explains how should the real mindset be to fight. Sukhe dukkhe samay kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Do the fighting for the sake of fighting without considering happiness or distress, loss or gain, victory or defeat, and by doing so you shall never incur sin. So, fight for the sake of fighting without considering happiness, distress, loss, gain, victory, defeat. And by doing so, you shall never incur sin. So Krishna is saying that one should fight as a matter of duty. So what matters here is the different mentality. So Arjuna has to fight. Krishna is giving him different mentalities by which he can fight. So if he fights as a Kshatriya thinking that at least he will go to heavenly planets, then he will attain heavenly planets. But if he fights considering I am a Kshatriya, I am a spirit soul, and I have this Kshatriya body, I have to do my Kshatriya duties, then he will never incur sin. So mentality is what is more important. So Krishna is purifying the mind of Arjuna and he is purifying the mind of all living entities. Esha te vihita sankhe buddhi yogatva imam shrunu buddhya yukto yaya partha karma bandham prahasyasi. Thus far I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. Now listen as I explain in terms of working without fruitive results. O son of Pratha, when you act in such knowledge, you can be free from the bondage of works. So Krishna is explaining that please listen very carefully now. So Krishna explained till now through the analytical study, that is, you are not this body, you are spirit soul, and also working without fruitive results, that is labha labha jaya jaya. Now Krishna is going to further explain the science of Krishna consciousness in the coming verses, which we will see in the next video. So in conclusion of this particular section, so happiness comes from prescribed duty. That is, if one performs his duty as a Kshatriya, Brahmana, Vaishya, Shudra, then he will be happy. By doing prescribed duty, one gains materially as well as spiritually. So Arjuna thinks that by doing his duty as a Kshatriya, he is a loser, but Krishna says, no, you are a winner. And real enjoyment means, if you win, you will get the kingdom. If you lose, you go to heavenly planets. But by not fighting, you will certainly incur sin. So that's what Krishna is trying to say. So Arjuna was fearful, as we saw in the first chapter, that he might incur sin. But Krishna is saying, by not fighting, you will incur sin. So Krishna encourages Arjuna to fight on all bases. So here Krishna tells Arjuna that there are three kinds of losses if he does not fight. One is sin and infamy. So he will be a sinner and people will discredit him for all the deeds he has done in the past. For running away in this battle, he will be known for just running away from this battle. Even Dronacharya, Lord Indra, Lord Shiva, all that he has got, everything will be gone. Dishonored. People will dishonor him. He is a Ranachora. He has run away from the battlefield. and people will ridicule him. His enemies will laugh at him, saying that he ran away. So Krishna encourages Arjuna to fight on all accounts, materially, spiritually. Hare Krishna. So we'll continue in the next video.